Right, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to bleed the heater core, the heater matrix on a Passat. This applies to B5 Passats and also to Audi A4 and A6 on the B5 and C5 platforms. Also it might apply to later cars, but the system is self-bleeding, so what I've done is I've filled this up and run the engine up until this top radiator hose here is hot, and it is now hot. And that's full up to the maximum line, but if I fill these hoses up to the heater core, they're just warm, they're not hot. So the problem is that there's no bleed line for here, so we have to elevate this above here, and then I'll show you, but we can then bleed the heater core. So there's on this car 3 screws for the coolant bottle, and there is also a wiring plug underneath that needs to be disconnected. So I'm just going to remove these 3 screws now. And I've got a bungee cord here that I'm going to attach the bottle to. And so just lift it up. I'm just going to unplug the coolant level sensor and place the bungee cord around here. And that will lift up the bottle as far as it will go. Well, in theory it will anyway. So that's now higher than the heater core. So the next thing I'm going to do is undo the left hand side Jubilee clip, well, spring clip. And if you don't want to hurt yourself, it is best on these to use proper hose spring clip pliers and pull that spring clip down the hose out of the way. And then I like to get a little right angle pick and just very carefully break the seal here. Now there is a hole in the pipe, so what you have to do is pull the pipe back until that hole is exposed like that. Now there's no coolant just coming out at the moment because this is too low, so I'm just going to pull this up as much as I can. And then I'm going to take the lid off, and you'll hear the air now coming out. And when there's a continuous stream of coolant and no air, as there is now, push the hose all the way down. Just going to leave that hanging there for a second. And get the hose clamp pliers and put the clip all the way back on. Replace the cap. Take the bungee cord off, remembering to use a slightly shorter one next time, I think. Reconnect the level sensor, and then obviously you screw the header tank back in. So this is a pretty simple process. Once you've bled the air this way, the heater will then be hot. So when you start the engine, you'll clearly see, clearly be able to feel rather, the coolant flowing through the core. The rest of the system, as I say, is self-bleeding, so it's only necessary to bleed the heater core. Don't need to touch anything else. But the best thing to do is to do this last after you've bled the rest of the system up. And that should eliminate the last of the air from the system. So a lot of people, you might not always have to do it, but a lot of people, if you do a complete coolant drain, just wonder why there's no heat, and that explains why there isn't.